Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Homemade Broadcast live stream, episode 433. My name's Will. This is Anna. Hi, Anna. Say hello.
Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, that's all right. Still no microphone.
Well, I had a microphone, but I was missing pieces, parts, and we couldn't get it to work, so I sent it back. But I should be getting one through work pretty soon.
Oh, through work is always the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. Yeah. Well, it's good to see you. I'm glad you made it back from your trip okay. You were in Denver, Colorado, those parts in that arena there. How was your trip? Anything crazy happen?
Crazy. Probably not. Did not smoke a lick of weed, and I shared me and my boyfriend had collectively one beer that we could not finish. That's how pathetic we are. No smoking, no drinking, just the natural outdoors, just getting high on life, you know?
No, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. That sounds insane. I mean, I know that you're not much of a drinker. You weigh 8 pounds. So I know it's a challenge for you to get, that amount of fluid in your body. Number one, just any water, anything. I know if you have a vodka soda, forget it. You're off the deep end throwing up behind a Taco Bell. I mean, that's been the case. But I would think that what's up with your boy? I mean,
well, boy doesn't really drink too much, and by too much, pretty much at all. It's pretty much 100% dry all day, all the time, and which is really fine with me. Drinking used to be a much larger part of my life. It's not anymore, and I'm not saying I'm better than that. And if you catch me at a brunch, I will be wasted. That's gonna happen. But the frequency with which I do things like that is few and far between. So. Just pretty much no drinking in Denver, and didn't even smoke weed, which seems rude because it's legal there recreationally. So
did I tell you this last time that I had smoked allegedly maybe a little piece of marijuana? Did I tell you this story?
No.
Okay. So I don't know if it was last week. I guess it was the week and a half ago at least. I took a little piece of weed from something called a joint, is what they call it. And I put it to my lips and I sucked on it. And I went down the rabbit hole to Alice in Wonderland zone. I couldn't sit up in a chair. I had to lay down.
And I don't with fentanyl, like what? Well, you just haven't smoked weed in a long time, I guess, right?
I think it's just I'm a lightweight now. I don't have any tolerance to marijuana. So I liked it at first, but then I was like, I can't sit up anymore. I have to lay down. And I think some people would consider that a good thing. And I guess it was. I don't know. I was nice and relaxed, and people were talking to me and just wasn't paying any sort of attention whatsoever. I had no interest in what they were saying, and which is normal generally. But now I literally could not comprehend, or I
When
had
was
no.
this?
2 weeks ago, maybe.
Oh, so pretty recently.
When I finally sobered up, I went and got an ice cream at Darien near my house, and that was good. Now that was really good, but it took a while
What
to get out
Billy
from
Coon
under that.
would get. I imagine some sort of. Did you get some sort of like Sunday shake or something? Something decadent.
Yeah, I get. Well, I don't think it's too decadent. It's called the Drumstick Sundae, and it's
That's what I was trying to say. Yeah.
yeah. It's I mean it is. It's certainly a treat. Let's put it that way.
Mm.
It's not a scoop of vanilla or anything, but I wouldn't say it's too crazy. It's just some waffle cones smashed up with some chocolate sauce and peanuts. Um, that's about it, I guess. And they put a whipped cream and a cherry on top. I think the Stone girls at Darien knew that something was up with me, and I
Oh,
don't know how, because I tried to act.
you
Maybe it was just a man arriving and getting a Sunday by himself. They were like, "We
that
got you."
probably set him off a little bit, but did it taste better, do you think, in your high state of mind versus a sober state of mind?
No, it still was delicious. It was
Sure.
so
Okay.
good.
Is
And
there any sort of heightened sense of satisfaction when you're high that makes food taste better? Do you think that that's a fallacy, or do you think there's any truth behind that?
I don't know. I never really got the munchies per se, or enjoying things more. I mean, there are some things that are definitely better with marijuana, and well, I can't say the word I want to use, but the completion of a sex act is much better.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh yeah, I don't know if
When you
you've ever
party?
experienced that, but huh?
When you party.
When I party with a lady?
Well, that's what we call it on the air. Like, did you get your party?
Okay. Yeah. Then yes.
Hmm.
Yes, when you get your party. Yeah, that's always a good time. I don't know about food. I mean, I like food anyway a lot.
Hmm.
And I enjoyed it. I enjoy it, I think, just as much. I don't know if there's anything to that up, like having your senses heightened or something like that with food. But I mean, maybe for some people. Unfortunately, I don't really have that. But good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed your trip, and it was
Yeah.
your birthday.
It
And
was Sunday on Mother's Day. I had to share it with this bitch that gave birth to me.
did you call your
Blasphemy.
did you call your mom?
Of course. I actually called her before she called me. So, but it was cool. I got her a Mother's Day gift that arrived about 5 days early. I don't even know who I am anymore. I don't procrastinate. I'm clean. I'm organized. I'm basically the inverse of the human I once was when I was, in college or something like that. But yeah, wish my mom a happy Mother's Day. I received her a gift yesterday, which was very extravagant, much more than I anticipated. I got number one, $100 Amazon gift card, which is always appreciated. And
Whoa.
then because I've recently got into baking, as you've heard, I've told you about, she got me all of the baking things. Every pan, every utensil I could ever need and want came in a massive box. And now I'm gonna force feed you, Will. Make you try
I
all these things. Yeah, that I've taken up baking out of nowhere. Maybe this is a midlife crisis thing. I'm not quite sure, but I enjoy new things now. I'm gonna get a bike. That's happening hopefully in the next 2 weeks. I'm going kayaking on Sunday.
You've been talking about the bike for I almost got you a bike. And by the way, I thought about Venmoing you some money, but I don't know. There's something about that I really thought about it. So I think what I'm going to do is take you to lunch instead when you're
I
ready.
would actually much prefer that.
I figured, and I would too, rather than just giving you $20 towards a bike
Okay.
or
Well,
a
let's get some lunch
microphone.
at Burns. That sounds great.
Oh, well, I don't think they have lunch, so we'll have to do something else. But maybe some fresh kitchen or something.
Yeah, or that Greek place by your house is dynamite. I'm down to go
Sure.
there.
Oh, I love a good Greek salad from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be good. So when you were gone, the only thing really eventful thing that happened to me was I had my buddy Kevin join, who you know as well, join the Freedom Boat Club. Are you familiar with this?
Like a yacht club? No, I don't know what that is.
No, not really a yacht club. What it is you pay a certain amount of money every month, and then you can reserve a boat, and they'll get it out of the dock for you and put it in the water. And then the only thing you have to pay for after the membership fee is the gas that you use.
That's pretty expensive, I imagine, especially now.
Yeah, they're all. I mean, we talked about this last week. They're buying girls, taking girls to dinner to Rococo for their first dates. So they're all, and I support it because it means you don't need a friend with a boat, or you don't need to own a boat. You just need to have a friend with a boat.
Or
So
has access to a boat. Doesn't even need to own it himself. So
yeah. So basically, I have a boat now because he
freaking
wants to
awesome.
go, huh?
That's freaking awesome.
So because he wants to go, right? But boating by yourself is.
Fun.
It's fun, but you want to have some people on the boat.
You don't want to live in a castle by yourself. You have the castle, so you throw parties in the castle. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right. So he calls me and goes, hey, you want to go on a boat? So the past few weekends, we've been going out on the boats. Great. Tremendous. I bring a cooler out. It's a good time. Now, we went to, we were on a boat trip. We docked, we got lunch, brought beers.
Is it just you and him, or who are all the members involved here?
No, it was myself. I'm just going to name people. Nobody's going to really know what that means. And actually, this will address Scott's question too. Scott didn't know that I had a lady in my life, and yes, I do, Scott. I'm happy to say.
Sweetheart.
So it was Julia, who's my lady friend, and then Daniel and Joe and Amanda, which is Julia's brother and sister, and I think that might have been it. And I had to drunkenly try to dock this boat, which I'm not qualified to do.
No, you're not any way, shape, or form like a deckhand or anything like that.
It was so scary, but I felt like I had to. I had to do it. People were dependent.
Scott.
Yes, Scott says happy birthday. And I had to do it, and I did, and it turned out okay. I don't think we did it properly because the boat was kind of at an angle, but it was whatever. It was fine. We went and had lunch, and then we left again. And then we went to this little beach area down near the Skyway, and they went swimming and stuff. And then when it was time to go, Kevin turned the key engine, and nope, nothing. Boat doesn't work. No engine. And then
no engine, or just
no engine turnover where the engine was working. So I'm going, I've had 8 beers. I'll take care of this. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just one of those things that men do for whatever reason. Like, I got it. And I'm kind of looking at this. And I have no idea. The wire here, maybe that's loose. Just go. I don't know how to open it to even look at it. I don't know where the battery is. I have no idea. So eventually, I go, well, you got to call, man. And nobody wants to call, the place and let them know that you're stranded, because it kind of looks bad. And Kevin's a new member of this boat club. It happens certainly, but does it happen this soon? Because he just joined, within 6 weeks. Yeah. And then we're drinking and stuff. So I think it's going to look bad on us, but eventually I go, yeah, dude, you got to call him. So, and I'm really hesitant to even say this because I looked up the fines and the punishment for this. I'm not even going to say who it is, but somebody picks up the PA thing, the radio, and goes, Mayday, Mayday. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they go, what? And then the Coast Guard answers, allegedly, and goes, yeah, give us your coordinates. And they went, oh, sorry, this was a mistake. Do you know what the fines and punishment for something like that is?
No.
A lot. I don't even want to say, I don't even want to say anymore. I feel like I'm putting that person at risk by even mentioning that. I'm sure it's fine. And maybe I'm joking. I don't know. Maybe I'm lying. It's like $250,000, many years of imprisonment. It's a big fine.
Yeah, because you're faking an emergency.
You can't claim ignorance with stuff like that either. It's not a like, oh, I didn't know I couldn't do that thing. Like, you can't do that. But again, it's like you have a few drinks and then you just go, I'm helping. I don't know. But so that was a little scary. And so then Kevin calls the people, the Freedom Boat Club people, and there's no answer. Then he texts, no answer. Calls again, no answer. Waiting 20 minutes, calls again, no answer. Now it's starting to get dark. Now we're not in the middle of the ocean just floating around. We're anchored, we're on a beach, but it's getting dark and I'm getting a little scared. We don't have water. We just brought booze. We don't have any water. And finally, he calls another chapter. They have different chapters. One near Skyway, one in the pier, different places. So he goes, hey, we rented this boat from the Skyway one. They're not answering. We're stranded. We need help. So finally, I guess they somehow get a hold. These two dudes come up an hour later, blaring Sublime, either drunk or high, maybe both, which I understand that lifestyle. That doesn't bother me. It's not like a hard job or anything. And even drinking and boating, I mean, if you're going to rank those two, like drinking and driving and boating and drinking, definitely the boating is the safer of those options. But you have to be a responsible drunk. Okay. You can't just not answer your phone and, go off and smoke a doob. And you have people out in boats who aren't particularly experienced. And so they did get there. They jumped us. And then one of the guys drove us back. Goes, oh, we just replaced the battery in this one. I don't know what happened. Seems like they could have tested it out a little bit before they, gave it to an inexperienced boater. But we did make it back. I'm a little hesitant though to go out next time.
Yeah.
And I think it was, obviously it's just a fluke or something that this happened and it probably won't happen again. But what if? I don't know. I'll get over it. I'll have a few beers.
So what time did you get back finally?
I think it was close to, luckily now the sun's setting later. So I think it was almost close to 8 o'clock by the time we got back.
And I also want to remind you that said friend Kevin is his birthday's tomorrow. So just letting you know. Okay.
We're going for his to celebrate him?
No.
Rococo.
And who's paying for that? Not you.
I don't know. It might be me.
No, because it's not just gonna be you and him.
Oh no. There's a group of people going.
Right.
So I'm gonna try to at least just pay for mine. And maybe that's the plan.
Rococo seems to be the new hotspot. Is that I feel like the Burns of St. Pete. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, it's up there. It's a pretty decent steakhouse. I've eaten there a few times, and it is very good. It's no Charlie's and no Burns, but it's right up there for sure. Yeah, in the same region, I guess. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
In class.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Moral of the story: donate, subscribe, and like. Yes, thank you, Scott. Please do that. That's great. Let's see. Dane says, Anna, sexiest woman on the planet. Holy cow.
Wow, you haven't seen a lot of women. That's such
what a statement. Well,
yeah.
thank you.
That's a bold-faced lie. I appreciate the gesture though, but no. Okay.
I'm sure she appreciates that very much, Dane. So the things I wanted to ask you, have you ever drugged a man?
No. Willingly? No. When we say drug, we mean that they didn't know they were being drugged, I imagine.
Well, right. Yeah.
No.
I think it's more in the realm of, you hear about men, especially, even now, I'm sure drugging women with, date rape drugs or something like that. But there was a woman on TikTok who drugged her boyfriend with boner pills, essentially. She said she was on a quest to help her boyfriend's little minute man, and she sparked outrage online for this because she put some sexual enhancement supplements into her man's drink. It was an unidentified woman on TikTok. She opened a pack of Vital honey. I've never heard of this before, and poured it into some Don Julio tequila. And she said that when you need your little minute man to go rounds tonight, Vital Honey is advertised as a product that enriches your body with a sudden boost of vitality and stamina so you can enjoy your romantic pleasures without these struggles of burnout and unwelcoming early climax. I have a feeling that this is one of those, much like Alex Jones' male enhancement, where it makes bold claims but probably doesn't deliver,
I can't say. I've never heard of that. It sounds like some sort of, East Asian remedy for stuff. But you can't be giving people stuff that they don't know that they're taking.
But what if in the end he went, wow, I really performed very well tonight. I don't know what the deal was. I don't know what happened, but I feel very manly tonight. And she goes, well, I know why, because I put some Vital Honey in your drink that I got on this ad, and it worked really good. I don't know how upset I would be about that. I think I would be upset because trust was broken.
Yeah.
And you sent me something that was kind of...
Yeah, and that opens the gateway, especially if you don't get angry, then she thinks that she's at liberty to maybe medicate you for other ailments. So,
Yeah.
I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's okay to even give someone an Advil if they don't know they're taking it. You don't know what people are allergic to, or
Have you ever been drugged in your life?
no. I've overserved myself. I've
You drugged
drugged
yourself.
myself, but no, not to my knowledge. Or if they did a horrible job because I was just fine. But no, I don't think I've ever been drugged, thankfully.
I got drugged twice in my life. One was scary and one was funny. Which one
Oh,
do you want first?
scary.
You went scary first. Okay. So you used to be this bar called the Green Olive downtown. It was kind of just off to the corner of that main block. We used to go there a lot. And one night I went there, I rode my bike, and I was just drinking some Bud Lights. Now, Bud Light is a light beer. It's not exactly a hard-hitting beverage, and I can consume, especially back then, many of them without really feeling those ill effects. I had about two, and I felt woozy. And it was pretty late. It was after midnight. And that wasn't, I had two there, so I probably had a little more than that, but I know what my limits are. Even back then, I knew what my limits were. And I go, whoa, I better go home. Something's off. I don't feel good. So I remember getting on my bike, going home. I was down near the Vinoy, and I fell off my bike. I've never fallen off my bike, even hammered. Never fallen off my bike. All of a sudden, this man with an accent is right there. And he comes up from behind me and picks me up. And I swear to God, he goes, I'm not gay. And I went, that's fine. I don't know what to do with that information. And he goes, I just want you to know that I'm not gay. And I was like, all right, thank you. And I think I was too coherent for him. So he kind of picked me up, and I just walked my bike home and then fell into a coma. I woke up at 3 p.m., I think, the next day, and still didn't feel good. So my speculation is that man drugged me and potentially was going to assault me off in some sort of alleyway or something. It was bizarre. Comment?
You don't know if that guy he obviously was following you. Do you remember him at the bar, the Green Olive, where you were at?
No, I have no recollection of. Yes, I think I remember seeing him there, and
But
it
you
must have been
didn't know him even casually.
No, never saw. No, never saw him before that night, and don't remember seeing him after that night either. The rest of my time there, so I'm thinking that I turned my head. He probably dropped a little something in there, GHB or something.
Probably what it was.
And maybe he was out, and maybe it wasn't for sex. Maybe he was going to rob me or something, which he picked the wrong target because I don't have anything.
Right. You should have just looked at you and seen, known that you were poor. That's
Yeah.
waste your GHB on.
Right. Thanks for the free GHB, idiot. Yeah. So that was the scary one. The other time I was drugged against my will was the funny time, which was my ex-girlfriend's, one of my first girlfriends I had, was living up in Gainesville at the time, but her aunt and uncle lived in Seminole. So they just liked me. Who wouldn't? I'm fun to hang out with.
Right.
And, they would be like, hey, we're going to Arigatos. Do you want to come along? I'd be like, yeah. And they would take me and my friend Adam, and we would go and drink and have a good dinner. And then they had a nice house near Lake Seminole, and they had a pool back there and a nice patio bar and stuff. So we went back and hung out there. The aunt comes out with a chocolate bar. And at this time, I talked about my marijuana usage earlier. At this time, I was a pro at marijuana. I was real good at it. So she goes, hey, there's a pot in this. And I went, oh, awesome. And I took it and swallowed it and ate it. And as I'm chewing it, she looks at me and goes, it's kind of just a weird smile. And I go, what? And she says, oh, that's not weed. That's mushrooms. And I went, what? No, I'd never taken mushrooms. I was very experienced with marijuana, but never with mushrooms. So I started to have a little bit of a panic attack. But I got to tell you, it was one of the funnest times that I've ever had in my life. And I will say, kind of happy that she drugged me, because I don't know if I ever would have experienced,
A
what's
trip,
the active ingredient?
psilocybin.
Yes. I don't know if because it scared me a little bit. That's a whole other level from just pot. I'm scared of a lot of these drugs, even now. So I don't know if I ever would have experienced that without her drugging me. So I was kind of happy that she did it in the end. So I don't know. Maybe it's the same with this guy where he goes, wow, I feel like a true man. I was able to last longer. I satisfied you. I satisfied myself. And we went all night long. And it was all to his benefit because she drugged him.
I mean, sure, you could look at it from that perspective, but I would say that above all else, like you said, the violation of trust is really what is paramount here. And now he can't really trust his partner, which is the primary ingredient in a good relationship is trust, right? So, I mean, maybe he's like, yeah, that was the best sex of my life, and I'm breaking up with you because you're a lying, dirty bitch. So I don't know, but I wouldn't be cool with that.
I've never experienced the gas station pill thing. Scott says it's this, I guess, like one of those male enhancement gas station pills. I've never tried those. Do they work, Scott? Because I'm not opposed to it. I've got slipped Viagra once too. Oh, I've been drugged with Viagra too. I forgot about that. When I was
Oh
18
my
years old,
God.
yeah, I went down to Miami for spring break, and a couple buddies of mine, they were already there, previously before we joined, my friend Josh and I, and they had these little packets of Advil, and they said, "Hey, take these because we're going to be drinking a lot tonight, so you don't get a hangover." And I was like, "Okay." And I open it up, and it's one giant blue pill. And I go, "They usually have two Aleve in here, and the Viagra looks very similar to Aleve. It's just a bigger version." And then they got me with the. I'm not gullible, but they got me with the. Oh, it's an extra strength Aleve, so it's just one giant pill. So I said, oh, "Okay, that makes sense." And I went ahead and took it, swallowed it, and then there was a station down in Miami where it was just models, and they just showed like runway walking down it was bizarre, but they were like sheer tops, some of these things, so you could see like full areola and some of these things, and they did this to try to obviously give us Josh and I erections. It didn't work. I just remember getting a headache. So I wonder if these pills are actually, if it's a placebo effect where you go, oh, I'm going to get excited if I
I think
take
that's probably a part of it. Yeah. Same with like sleeping pills. Like, not that I take them all that often, but when I'm taking something that I believe is really going to help me, it helps me relax. So is it the pill or is it the fact that I'm thinking I'm taking something that's actually going to work? Probably both. So,
I got, I know you got to get out of here, but I got in so much trouble. Well, not trouble, but so many people got upset with me because I said that marijuana is not a drug, or is not a medicine, that it's just a drug. And then the benefits that you feel from it, the medical benefits, are just from getting high and enjoying your high, and you eat more, you enjoy life more, but it's not really a medicine. And people got so mad about that. I spent not only the last half, I was helping John out on DGL, and we spent a good hour of people calling in and me fighting with them, and then I spent the first hour of the Johnny B show a few hours later on this subject, and people feel very strongly about weed being a medicine, but I think it's a placebo effect. And I don't know, Viagra and those other male enhancements might be a placebo effect too. I'd be interested to try it. If the gas station boner pills work. If anybody has a recommendation, I'd certainly love to try one. 813-693-2124. Let me know your preferred gas station boner pill, how it works for you. Anna, I know you got to get out of here. You're going to jujitsu.
I
Uh,
do. I am. Yes. Yeah. Back in action. I'm a little worried because even if you just take a week off, you miss stuff and then you get choked out and you look like a fool. So it is what it is.
Well, terrific. I appreciate you joining me. And whenever you're ready for lunch next week, let me know. I'll make some time, and we'll do that together. And thank you and happy birthday again.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Bye, guys.
Bye, Anna. There she goes. All right, I guess we will get out of here too, or I will get out of here. We'll be on tonight, Johnny B and I, 10 p.m. to midnight on the Bone. So I hope you'll join us there. Check out HMBradio.com. Get the podcast. Give it a 5-star rating. I appreciate y'all checking in, joining in, and we'll talk to you next week. Goodbye.